Alright, he's Mick here, and we've got an update. This is a little update on the DB Offroad 219 chain cut. As you can see, the chain is pretty loose. Okay, I don't know if maybe the motor mount would have moved or something, but yeah, that's pretty loose. Okay, that's not good. Alright, I'm looking at that sprocket, and it's starting to wear out a little bit, but it looks like the alignment is still good. I caught it squeaking today too, so I think I need to put some lube on it. I took it dirt biking yesterday, and I must have done more than 20 miles of intense off-road riding with it, and it was fine, I guess. But yeah, definitely it needs to be tightened. Okay, that's way too loose. Okay, I'm gonna go tighten it up a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like after. I want to throw some lube on it, and then we're gonna go take it for a supermoto race this weekend, and we'll see how it is. Okay. Hopefully nothing happens to it. If not, I will be racing my KLX instead. But yeah, man, this, yeah, I'm not super impressed with it. Maybe the chain stretched a little bit. I do know if when you got a new chain, it does kind of stretch a little bit in the beginning and then it stops. So hopefully it's that, or it maybe the sprockets are wearing out really fast. As far as I can see, the sprocket for the front sprocket, it looks okay. It looks like it's worn out a little bit. All right, you can tell it's not touching too badly on the sides. The unicycle chain kit, it really ate out the sides. Okay, that's how you can tell it's not properly aligned left and right. But this looks like it's pretty well aligned. Okay, so I can't really see what the inside was. Okay, let me get Mr. Flashlight here so you guys can see what it looks like in there. Okay, that's what it looks like. I think it looks all right, so it's no big deal. But yeah, we definitely want to tighten that chain. That may make it wear out faster. Okay, so we don't want it too tight, but I don't want it too loose either, and that's way too loose. Okay, that's way too loose. Okay, all right, here's what we got. I'm gonna tighten it, and I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, I went and tightened up the chain. Alright, that looks pretty good. It's got a teeny tiny little bit of play. That's fine. That's a lot less than before, okay? Yeah, it seems like when I went up to when it's loose and I go up to one notch up, it's like really tight, okay? So I kinda, yeah, I just went one notch up. Alright, so I think that's good. Maybe that's fine. We'll see. We'll see how it is after this weekend. I will check it after the first day at the track. Okay, so I'll go lube it up, and then we'll see if it sounds like all rusty and stuff. Actually, let's go run it real quick. Okay. Sounds fine to me, but I'll hit it up with some lube, okay? Alright, so yeah, that is the quick update on the DB Offroad 219 chain kit. Yeah, the chain got loose already, so maybe the chain is not very good, or the sprockets need to break in, or the chain needs to break in or something. Hopefully I won't have to keep on doing this, okay? Because the belt is relatively maintenance free, man. Like, you really don't have to check it all that much, okay? If I have to do this every time I go out riding, all right, all I did was go out dirt biking one day, and I've already have to tighten it once, okay? So that's not cool. All right, here's we go. Okay, here's Mega here. It's the next day after I'd shot that video about tightening the chain after going dirt biking. Well, I went for a 20-mile DoorDash today, okay? And there it is. It's loose again. Look at that. Just flopping around all over the place again. I wanted to tighten it again. This is not good. I only rode it like 20 miles today, and it's like this already. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. I don't want to have to tighten this thing all the freaking time. Hopefully it's just initial stretch or something. I can't have this happening for this weekend when I go racing. So okay, anyway, I'm gonna go tighten it up again, and then we'll see what happens after the next time I use this. We're gonna be at the racetrack, so hopefully it won't fail at the racetrack, but I guarantee you it'll probably get loose. All right, here's me out. All right, hey, this is Mega here, and this is a little update vlog for the DB Offroad 219 chain kit. So this chain, it keeps on getting loose on me. All right, I've caught it getting loose on me like a whole bunch of times. So the first time it got loose on me was when I took it out for DoorDash. All right, so I rode it about 30 miles doing DoorDash just to scrub in the new tires, and then the chain was loose again. All right, so and then I took it dirt biking. All right, I took it dirt biking, and when I came back from going dirt biking, I checked the chain again, and it's loose again. All right, so I tightened it again. It's like super dupery loose. It's like it, you know, it's okay if it's a little bit loose, but if it's a lot bit loose, I don't like that. Okay, and then I had a race. All right, I raced this in Supermoto USA round 4 at Sonoma Raceway. I put it through like a 4-hour track day. All right, I think I did about 4 15-minute sessions on the track, and then I raced it. All right, so that's another 2. There was a heat race and a main race, and then the next day I did practice, and then another heat race and a main race, and yeah, so like a full weekend of racing and like track day stuff. All right, and then now it's loose again. All right, so what's the dealie here, man? Like, why does it keep on getting loose? I think this chain is not very good. Okay, I think it's the chain. The sprockets look okay. I don't really see any problem with the sprockets. So let's go take a look at it real quick, and then yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in it in that the chain isn't very good. All right, maybe I need to get a better chain. I'm not sure. So anyway, let's go take a look at it real quick. Okay, so there is the chain dealie. It's still on there. The sprocket looks like it's fine. All right, nothing wrong with the sprocket. It doesn't look like it's wearing any, you know, on the sides and stuff. The large sprocket looks okay. Okay. It's just whenever I check this thing, and it's rusting already. It looks like it's rusting already. What the heck? I am lubing it, so. But yeah, look at how loose it is now. See, that's way too loose. All right, I would think it should be tighter than that. Okay, it should be like half that thing. Right? Oh yeah, I don't have the wheel hooked up right now, so I don't have the chain on. Okay, but what that causes this to be kind of loose. See. Yeah, see, it moves a little bit, so I don't know. But DB Offroad didn't specify if there should be how tight the chain should be, but the belt on the for the Sauron is pretty tight, you know. It seems like it runs okay like this though, so I don't know. Should I tighten it? Is it gonna slip? It looks like it's okay. I'm not sure. But it just seems like whenever I check it, it's always loose, okay? And at some point, it's just going to be so loose that it's just going to come off. So that's what we don't want, okay? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it again. Maybe about... I will make another video clip after I'm done tightening it, okay? But I think that's too loose. I think it should be more than that. Okay, but it seemed like it operates perfectly fine. Yeah, it seems like it operates fine like that. But yeah, see, look at how much it moves. The sprocket moves when I just press on the chain like that. Okay, so yeah, not too happy with that. I'm having to constantly adjust the chain. The belt never gave me that kind of problem, right? I can go forever pretty much without having to adjust the belt, all right? So I'm not very happy with how much maintenance this thing is requiring. Okay, but we'll see. All right, I will go tighten it, and then we'll take a look at the chain slack one more time. Okay, I've gone and tightened the chain. I went up 2 clicks. All right, one click, it still moved around. It still moves around a little bit. And then I went out one more, and it made it even tighter. So I think that'll be fine. Okay, that's about how much play I got. Okay, so remember that. All right, that's about maybe 2 or 3 millimeters of play right there. All right, we'll see what it's like after the race. All right, I'm gonna beat it up pretty good. So there it is. Let's give it a little spin. Okay. Let's give it a little regen. All right, and I guess I will lube it before I put the cover back on. I think I'll definitely put the cover back on because we're gonna be riding in the dirt, so I don't want any rocks or anything to get in there. So okay, so maybe we should try riding without the cover. I don't know, maybe the chain is getting too hot. I know it does get pretty hot, you know, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'll throw some lube on there and I'll put the cover back on, and then we'll see what it's like after the race. All right, here's my go. So yeah, so you guys are wondering, I'm racing in the Coyote Creek Sprint Enduro this weekend, and we're gonna do 3 laps around Metcalf Motorcycle Park. Okay, so I would say, yeah, that's gotta be around like 20 miles. Yeah, it'll be around probably a little more than 20 miles of hardcore off-road riding. So we'll see how it does. All right, he's big out. But it lasted a weekend of racing, but yeah, I got loose again. So that's my only complaint. It keeps on getting loose. I think it's the chain. I don't think this chain is very good. Okay, that, or I just can't handle the power of my bike. That's what I'm gonna say. So I might have to go back to the belt, man. All right, here's Big Up. All right, here's Mega here, and I'm just doing some late night maintenance on the Lightbee after the last race. So I had just raced it yesterday, or it's actually 2 days ago, but yesterday I raced it in the Coyote Creek Sprint Enduro. All right, now it was about 24 miles. All right, I just calculated right now because each lap was about 8 miles, and each lap was 8 miles, and we did 3 laps, so that's about 24 miles. So this is after all that, but it was a very difficult, very difficult 24 miles. Okay, so we're going to check the sprocket again. Okay, and it is loose again. All right, it's like 2-3 millimeters. Okay, so I don't think it's the chain that's wearing out. I think it's the sprocket. Okay, yeah, so I'm looking at the sprocket right now, and it looks like it's getting pretty pointy. Okay, all right, now that there's no kind of weird chain alignment or anything. Okay, yeah, the sprocket is wearing out. The front sprocket is wearing out. The rear, I don't know. It's hard to tell because the freaking chain is on it, but I'd imagine the rear is probably fine. Let's go take a look. Oh yeah, the rear looks okay. It's starting to get a little pointy too. So yeah, I'm looking at it, and I don't know how many more races that's gonna last. So what Hades Omega is gonna do is I'm gonna get a belt or a new set of sprockets, new pulleys ready. Okay, so I think I'm done with this chain stuff. All right, this chain is just not durable. Okay, what I think DB Offroad has to do is make this sprocket out of a harder metal, because it just doesn't last long enough. So it's not it could be the chain that's stretching, but the sprocket is definitely wearing out. I'm looking at it. It's getting really sharp looking. Okay, both ways, because my bike has heavy regen. Okay, I use heavy regen on it. So yeah, no bueno, guys, no bueno. Okay, but that's how much play it's got again. So if you remember, I tightened this before the race. All right, and then now it's loose again. That's about 2-3 3 or 4 millimeters of play. Okay, the top one, and about the same too. So yep, gonna have to tighten it again. So I'm gonna tighten it, and then we're gonna use it for the next race, and hopefully it survives. Okay, I think it's still got some life left in it. All right, the sprocket doesn't look like it's that worn out, but I'll bet you by the time we get back from the next race, we might have to put the belt back on. All right, okay, we'll find out. All right, let's figure out. I'm gonna go tighten the belt again, and then lube it, and then yeah, and then hopefully I tighten the chain. All right, here's me go. Oh yeah, also, so I wanted to point out my guesstimate on how many miles this guy has. So I've used it to go dirt biking once. All right, so I think that's about, I did about 20 miles with it off-road. I've used it for DoorDash. I think that's about, I probably put like 60 miles, maybe. I put it through 2 supermoto races. All right, 2 supermoto race weekends. So you figure, man, I'm thinking for a supermoto race weekend, we're probably doing close to 100 miles with the practices and everything. So you figure that's like 200 maybe, and 100, like 150. And then we just did that Coyote Creek Sprint Enduro that was like 24 miles. So almost 300 miles, yeah. Yeah, we've had almost 300 miles on it. So I'll tell you this, it's about where the Unicycle kit started. What was at the point where like it was already worn out. All right, so there's still a little bit of left on those teeth. All right, so I might be able to squeeze a little bit more life out of those sprockets, but yeah, it's not looking good. Okay, so economically, I still say. I have to say, I think the belt is still better economically. All right, the belt doesn't give me nearly as much headaches as this chain kit, man. Is every time I ride it, I have to adjust the chain. Okay, I don't think Hades Omega is installing it wrong or anything. This is pretty stupid proof. You know, the Unicycle one is, you know, you have to shim it properly. This one, it's I know it's in proper alignment because it's not wearing any of the edges out. Okay, the sprockets look fine. It's just the teeth are getting worn really fast. Okay, now if you have a stock Sauron, it probably won't wear out as fast as this. Okay, because my bike is literally puts out more than twice as much power as a stock Sauron. Okay, and it has regen. All right, but there's still, you know, You buy this kit so you get something more durable, right? You want something more durable that won't break. Well, I'm not getting it, man. The durability means like how long it lasts too, and it's just not lasting. If these chains only last about like 300 miles, the chain kits or the sprockets, that's no good to me, man. The belt lasts way longer than that. The belt lasts several thousands of miles. Okay. If you take good care of it, you know, you don't over tighten it or you don't run it too loose, should be fine. Don't get it wet, you know, don't throw any rocks and dirt on it. So that's what killed my last belt. All right, anyway, so yeah, so that my guesstimate is I have about 300 very, very hard miles on this chain, and this chain kit, the DB Offroad 219 chain kit, and I'd say that it's about 75% through its life right now. Okay, that front sprocket is about ready to go. Okay, we'll see what it looks like after this weekend. The rear sprocket, probably, you know, rear sprockets are supposed to last longer than front sprockets. So I think for every rear sprocket you can probably change out like 2 front sprockets. So I don't know, maybe if I can get a new front sprocket from DB Offroad, but yeah, I know you can buy the rear sprocket, but the front sprocket is really easy to change out. I don't even think you need to take everything apart. You just change it, you know. But I think Hades Omega is going to go back to the belt, and I think that I'm just going to call that it. But I think I'm going to install some new pulleys. I've literally almost changed everything on this bike. That's how hard Hades Omega rides his bike, man. I have a lot of fun with it, but like, yeah, It's starting to become a money pit is what I'm gonna say. All right. All right, it's big out. Okay guys, the checkered flag just came out, and yeah, so that I pulled the primary drive cover off, and it looks fine to me. It doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it, man. So I don't know, but like when I blip the throttle, watch this.
633, Brandon.
The chain is pretty loose, man. Yeah, no, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with the primary drive, except it's super loose. Let me make sure to turn the bike off. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty loose, man, but it seems like it's okay. I don't know what happened. The chain came off. I lost the chain. Oh, so maybe that's why. I don't know what to blame, man. I was gonna blame the DB Offroad chain kit, but it wasn't that. It was the chain. So we probably should have got a new chain or something. So thanks to DB Offroad or American Suron, all right, or Suron America, they sent me a new 219 chain, all right. So the problem with the 219 chain kit is that it is worn out already, all right. I've got no more adjustment for the chain, all right, for the chain slag. It's pretty loose and I can't adjust it anymore. So and the sprockets still look okay. So I'm thinking hopefully the chain will be okay. All right, so they sent me. I told them, hey, do you guys have any more front sprockets or chains? And then they said like, no, but you know what? Well, we'll send you a new chain. So they sent me a new chain. So thanks Dirty Bike. I will install this, and I'm going to give the 219 chain kit one more chance. And if it stretches really badly again, I think we're just going to go back to the belt. All right, Hayes Meg is pretty happy with the belt. As long as you put a good belt in, you'll be fine. All right, so there's that. I got that for free. All right, so right now the 219 chain kit is not doing so good, guys. So it's at the maximum adjustment right now. All right, you cannot adjust it any more tighter than this, okay? And that's how much slack there is, okay? It should be around 7-8 millimeters, but I don't like that there's like no more adjustment left. I think what it is, because the sprocket still looks okay. I think what it is the chain is stretched, okay? So we need to go get we need to install this chain, okay? I wish there was like a master link you could take out, and then you could just shorten the chain and then put it back together again, okay? But it's like an endless chain. So you can see look how loose it is. I'm surprised this thing hasn't come off yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that chain is done. That's what I say. We'll take it out. We'll compare it to this one when we take it out. See how much it's stretched. But yeah, that's about. Okay, so before Hayes Mega goes and replaces this chain, we're gonna go and what's the word? We're gonna go check the slack on it. All right, I think I checked the slack in an earlier video, but. Be there. That's how much slack it has, man. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a bit. All right. So just like take a mental note of that. Okay. I'm gonna go measure it right now. Okay. I'm gonna measure it and write it down. Right. Okay. My head's gonna be in the shot a little bit. More than that. Oh. Okay. There we go. Yeah, just about there. Maybe a little more, but so I just checked that out. All right, I'll just read it off to you. You guys can't see it, but it's 15 millimeters. There's 15 millimeters of chain slack on this primary drive chain. That is like double of what it should be. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty bad. We got to change that chain like pronto. Okay, so we're gonna take it out. And we're going to actually, what I'm going to do is when I got both of the chains out before I put the new one in, we're going to stretch this chain out all the way, and we're going to stretch the new chain out all the way. And we're going to measure between like, let's say 20 links or 20 pins. We're going to measure 20 pins, and we're going to check how much the chain has stretched, okay? So I'll say, I bet you it's stretched quite a bit. So Hades Mega wants to find out whether it's the sprockets. Probably the sprocket's a little bit worn out, but it looks like the chain. These sprockets are good, okay? I'm not knocking the DB Offroad sprockets. They're actually pretty good. All right, they're much better than the Unicycle one. Okay, maybe they could be made out of harder steel, maybe, but it seems to have held up to the abuse pretty well. That's what I want to say. Okay. And is it okay to operate it with that much? Well, with that much slack, I don't think it's good to have that much slack. Okay, I think that's way too much. You want around 7 or 8. All right, that's DB Offroad says 7. I think like, yeah, 7 to 8 millimeters is what you want. All right, you want to keep it around that area. If it gets looser, that's okay. When you get the chance, adjust the slack to tighten it. All right, back to like 7 or 8. That's what I want to say. But yeah, it's like every time I ride it, I have to like adjust it. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, so Hayes Mega is just gonna go and remove everything, and then we'll go do the chain test. Okay, all right, Hayes Mega. Okay, so I managed to get the chain out. It wasn't too hard. It was pretty easy. All right, because it's so loose, man. I cleaned up the area around the motor a little bit. I'll have pictures of everything. Don't worry. I'm gonna try to clean up the bike as I go along. You know. I know it's just gonna get dirty again. So there's the chain right there. It's pretty dirty. I'm gonna leave it dirty so you guys can see the difference between the chain and the old chain and the new chain. Okay, so let's get this guy right here. We're gonna go put it on my Super Cub here. All right. So we're gonna lay the chain out like this. All right, and we're gonna lay it alongside the brand new chain. Okay, so this is a brand new chain, this is the old chain, and we're going to go measure the distance between the pins. Okay, all right. Okay, well, first let's go open this up. Well, it's got little cuts here so you can open it easily. All right, I'm not really sure how much these chains are from DB Offroad. I'll put a link in the description video. Oh, it's so nice when it's new, right? I don't even know what brand chain this is. There's like no branding on it at all. It's some kind of generic chain, I don't know. Okay, so I guess I'm going to try to lay it out like that. All right, ideally it would be best to pull it as much as you can. All right, I'm going to pull it and just lay it straight down. All right, this one don't even want to do that. Let's see, I'm going to try to pull it like that one. Okay, just like that, yeah. Okay, make sure you pull it as tight as possible. I'll pull on the pins and stretch it out as much as I can. Okay, and then so we're gonna go measure a certain amount of pins. All right, so how about let's do 16. Let's do 16 pins. These may just pick a random number. All right, so I'm gonna start right here, or yeah, let's start right here. Okay, I'm gonna count 16 pins from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and if you guys are wondering, this is how you check to see if your chain is worn out on a motorcycle chain. All right, that's how the service manuals tell you to check it. They'll tell you to count a certain amount of pins, all right, and then you measure that distance, all right, and then if it's a certain distance, it's not serviceable anymore. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to mark. Oh yeah, I'm going to mark the one we're counting first. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Maybe we should do 20. Well, let's do 20 also. So that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 is right here, okay? 17, 18, 19, 20, okay? All right. Let me get a piece of paper so I can write down some stuff. I got a piece of paper here. Let's put old, since the old one's on the top, new, and then let's do 16. I don't really know how many, so I just chose a random number, like I said. So we'll do 16 and 20. Okay. How many the distance is? Okay, so between a brand new chain and a used chain. All right. So I'm gonna go measure. So the important thing is to make sure the measurements are the same from, you're measuring in the same place. All right. Just move the camera a little bit. So I'm gonna take my caliper here. And I'll measure. Okay, I'm gonna measure the ends of the pins. All right, the very ends. All right, I'm gonna pull it taut as much as I can. These on the top. moved a little bit. Okay, you gotta try to keep it straight. You're supposed to do this on the bike, by the way, but we got no more adjustment anyway, so there's no way we can do it. Okay, that looks about right. So this one is 119 millimeters. All right. Yep, I got 119 millimeters for the new chain. 16 links. All right, keep on moving the camera. So 119 for the new chain. Now let's take the 20. I don't know if we can do 20. Let's see. Oh, just barely. Yeah, just barely. Oh no, there we go. I got it. Cool. Try not to touch it so it doesn't move. Okay, that looks good. Check it one more time. Okay, that looks good. All right, so for this one, I got 150, a little more than 150 millimeter. Let's say 150.1. Okay. 150.1 millimeter. Okay. Now we're gonna go check the old chain. All right, we'll do the 16 first. All right, and remember I marked them also. Make sure this is tight. I can still see it. It kind of, this chain is really loose, man. Oh, there we go. Somewhere around there. We're gonna pull it tight one more time. It'd be nice if I had a helper, but I guess maybe I can do this. Increase it a little bit at a time until we get the right size. I'm going to pull it and then just kind of just stick it in there. Oop. That looks good. Yeah, that looks good. 121. 121 for the 16. Oh, it's not much of a difference, guys. Maybe it's not the chain, I don't know. Maybe it's just the wrong length, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to do the 20 now. Alright, let me double check this. Let me do the same thing. I'll pull the chain and then I'll put the... Oh yeah, this is definitely smaller. Yep, somewhere around there. That looks good. 119. Okay, yep. So my measurements are right. Okay, we're gonna do the 20 measurement. That looks good. Okay, so whatever that measurement is, 153. Yeah, just about one, a little less than 153, but we'll just go 153. A little less than 153, but almost. Okay, so there you go. So that's the difference between the old chains and the new chain. All right, so the difference is 2 millimeters, and here we've got pretty much 3 millimeters. Yeah, let's say approximately 3 millimeters. Okay, so 2 to 3 millimeters of difference. All right, so well, that just shows you like the more pins, all right, or the more links that we go out, the more stretched it is. Okay, that difference between the pins is like it's becoming greater. Okay, so that's the difference between the old chain and new chain. It doesn't sound like a lot, man, but when we put the new chain on, we'll see. Okay, so 2 to 3 millimeters between the new chain and the old chain. Okay, so that gives you an idea how worn out it is. this chain had stretched 2 or 3 millimeters, and that was enough for it to be you can't even adjust it anymore type thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go put the new chain on back on. I'm gonna put the new chain on, and then we'll go see how much adjustment we got left. All right, thanks for watching. Haze me out. Oh yeah, so if you guys are wondering, here is the jack shaft. All right, so if you remember in that the Hollister Hills hair scramble, my chain came off. All right, and I thought I'd got it back on. I got it on the back of on the back sprocket, but I didn't know it came off with the front sprocket. So what it did is I think it fell off here, and then it was riding on this. All right, and I thought that it must have worked for a little bit, but yeah, dude, it ate through that. You know, it's pretty bad. Should probably change it, Hades. But yeah, there it is. The teeth look okay, I think. I should probably change this sprocket too, man. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking I got to change all the sprockets on this jack shaft too, man. So this looks okay. It's a little pointy. It does look like I need to change it. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of worn out. It's getting kind of pointy. I think it's time to change that. This is what happens when your bike is like super powerful, guys. It like destroys itself. And so this is the this is the primary drive sprocket. All right, and I think it goes this way. Yeah, it rotates this way, and you can see this is pretty worn out. All right, so the counter sprocket, the one that's on the motor, it doesn't look that worn out, but this one does. All right, and I couldn't tell because it's inside the bike, you know. But now that I have it outside the bike, it does look like it's worn out. It's kind of got that sawtooth. It's like kind of worn in that direction. All right, so like it looks like the teeth are going this way. Okay, so that means this sprocket is worn out too. Yeah, you know, I kind of don't want to put it. I kind of don't want to put this chain kit back on, guys. I kind of want to just put the pulley back on. Man, yeah. I know a place I can buy new front sprockets too from. I already replaced this one, man. I think I need to replace it because they're putting new sprockets on the bike too. So, man, boy, did I really mess this bike up, dude. Yeah, the best thing to do would be put new sprockets. So there's the top of it. It's still usable, but that may be why it's worn out. It wouldn't be hard to take it back off, I guess, but I think the best thing to do would be to change the sprocket too, at least the rear sprocket. The front sprocket looks fine still, but I should probably replace the rear sprocket. I'll see if I can get one. Get two front sprockets, okay? I get the rear sprocket and the front sprocket. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know. So maybe I might have to. Maybe my bike will be on the stand a little longer. I probably should have bought new sprockets for the front and rear drive sprockets. Okay, anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, yeah, so upon further consideration, Hades Omega, I think, is going to go back to the belt. Okay, so I kind of looked, like I said, I looked at that sprocket, the one that's on the primary drive, the jack shaft, all right? And it looks like it's worn out. It's like halfway worn out, where the front sprocket doesn't look as worn out as the rear sprocket. I don't know how that happens. Okay, but like it's pretty much I would have to buy a whole new kit. Okay, and that's not very cost effective in my opinion to have to change the whole kit every time because the kit costs as much as a belt. Okay, pretty much. So if I have to keep on replacing these chains after a while, it's just gonna the cost is gonna add up. And like I said, the belt is actually, if you buy a good belt, it lasts a long time. Okay, even if you're ripping on it. So I think what Haze Omega is gonna do is we're gonna install this new chain, all right, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna use it. All right, I'm just gonna see how long. When it cause I know I gotta replace that rear sprocket, and I'm just like, I don't want to do it I think a new sprocket costs like $40 or something, so it's kind of not worth it in my opinion. And they're kind of hard to find. The parts for this 219 chain kit, they're just too hard to find. Okay, I managed to be able to get the chain. All right, they hooked me up with the chain, but like the sprockets are like never in stock and stuff, and they don't last very long. So I don't think I'm gonna go with this chain anymore. But we'll put it back on just to see if how if I got any more adjustment left. Okay, so if you remember from the last clip where we checked to see how much the chain stretched, it stretched about like 2-3 millimeters or something like that. Okay, and so that's not a lot. Okay, it didn't stretch a whole lot. All right, so the chain is actually, I don't think the chain is that worn out, is what I'm going to say. All right, the new chain versus the old chain. Another way I found out you can check to see if a chain is worn out versus a new chain, all right, is to twist it. All right, twist it like this. All right. Okay, that twists a little bit. That's the new one. This is the old one. All right, so. Oh yeah. I think, yeah, it twists a lot more, man. Look at this. All right, versus this. Yeah, you can definitely feel like I know you can't really see it that easily on the video, right? But like when you feel it, if you feel how much it moves side to side play, this one has like half the side to side play as the old one. Okay, so here's the old one again. Yeah, it's got like double the thing. So yeah, I think the chain is worn out too. Yeah, man, I hate to say it. This kit's a little better than the Unicycle one. All right, so Hazelmeg is gonna give his final thoughts on the DB Offroad chain kit. This kit is much better than the Unicycle one, especially the sprockets. The sprockets are like, they're legit. All right, and the chain, all the components are pretty good with this kit. However, it still wears out too fast, man. I don't think it's practical. I still think the belt is better. All right. Yeah. If you're just gonna have to change the chain and sprockets all the freaking time, then yeah, that's no fun. In my opinion, I still think the belt is still good enough. So even with a lot of power, you know what would be nice is if there was a belt upgrade. All right, if you can get like a stronger belt, like a one that's wider, would be nice. Yeah, a wider belt would. If you can get like a wider belt and pulley, the whole dealie, then I think that would be best. That way you can, it'll be a little stronger. Or get a gearbox like that Talaria Sting. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really happy with this primary drive system on the Light Bee, man. It's a weak point for the bike, is what I want to say. All right, that's one of the weak points for this bike. I think if you leave your bike stock, it's okay, but if you're gonna push more power through it, it's like, you gotta replace the belt often. It kind of sucks, man. And the belts kind of get expensive after a while too, so yeah. But the good thing is you don't have to change the pulleys as much. The pulleys last a while. All right. The pulleys are stronger than the belt. That's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Yeah. So in my opinion, the what Hazelmega's got going on here right now is, I think the front sprocket has got about like 70% life left on it. All right, the front sprocket lasted way longer than the Unicycle one. Okay, I destroyed that Unicycle one. The rear sprocket is like at 50%, man. It should be changed right now. All right, and then we got the new chain. All right, the chain is worn out too. The old chain is worn out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the new chain on there. We'll see how much, if we can still roll with that, if we got enough slack in the chain. All right, because remember I checked, it was 15 millimeters. So we're gonna put the new chain on there, and we're gonna see what it looks like with the new new chain on there. Okay, but I think ultimately Hazelmeg is gonna go back to the belt. Okay, I bought a new I brought a new belt and pulleys too. So It's all good. Okay. I hate to say it, but we're gonna go back to the belt. All right, so Hayesmega's gonna put the new chain in, and then we'll see what the chain slack is. All right, shouldn't take too long. All right, Hayesmega. All right, Hayesmega here, and so I got it back on there. All right, with the new chain. Oh, it looks so pretty, yeah. And that's about 7 millimeters of play right there. Okay. And we've got about like a quarter of this slider left, almost half. Yeah, we got almost half. So yeah, definitely the chain stretch. That's the problem. The chain is stretching. The chain stretched so fast on this guy. So I think maybe if we got a better chain, if we got a better chain, it might be better, you know. But so we're gonna keep it loose like this at 7. So Hayesmega thinks that like the chain wore out prematurely. The chain wore out prematurely because Hayesmega over tightened the chain in the beginning. All right, I had it pretty tight. You want to have some slack, and I think I didn't. I have maybe like 1 or 2 millimeters. So this is about 7 or 8 millimeters. All right, that's what you want. You do want it to be loose a little bit, okay? But not like the before. It was like twice, okay? If it was 15 millimeters, and this was maxed out all the way down here, okay? So we're gonna go with this, I guess. Hayesmega is going to replace the counter shaft sprocket. All right, the sprocket that's on the for the secondary drive. I'm going to replace that because I'm changing the sprocket. So I said, oh, you might as well just buy one freaking one. So I'm gonna order one from Grit Shift, and then we'll go do that. But for now, we'll just keep it like this. It didn't really take that. You know what? My tool is starting to go to break too. It's getting worn out. You know, Hayesmega, you could just buy the proper tool for 20 bucks. You know. But hey, this old guy still kicking, man. I've done like maybe like 10. I've taken the swing arm apart 10 times with this bad boy, and it's still there. But yeah, it looks like it's on its way out. I did find like a 3D printed jig online where you can make your own thing out of the sprockets. Like you don't have to like measure it and everything. So I might try that next. Hayesmega will just keep continuing to fabricate his own tools. But anyway, so I'm gonna go. So we're done with this. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the project build. All right. So, but I think ultimately we're gonna go back to the belt. But let's use this until it can't be used anymore. Okay. We'll see how long it lasts this time. It lasted longer than the Lunicycle kit. I'll tell you that. All right, and it withstood more punishment than the Lunicycle kit. So later on, we're probably going to change that counter sprocket when so my bike is going to be down for a while. I'm gonna go order a brand new counter sprocket. We're gonna throw that in there, and then so all right. So there we go. I've got about 7 millimeters of slack there or play, and then I've still got plenty of adjustment left here. Right? About almost half, like I said. This isn't even doing anything right now. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the way you have to tighten the belt on the Sauron also, man. I wish they'd made a better system, you know. I guess it's simple though. This little ratcheting mechanism, but it's like always hard to adjust, man. All right, so there we go. Brand new chain, and we got some slack. So definitely, I think the old chain was worn out. Like we said, it was 3 millimeters, yeah, 2 to 3 millimeters longer than the old chain. All right, and it had like a lot of play left and right. Okay, like I showed you. So it was definitely worn out.